We're live. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, Beyond Imagination, How Can AI Transform Our Creativity in Creative Production? I'm Rania Kabel, and I will be the moderator and host today. And we're very thrilled to have you join us for what promises to be a very fascinating exploration of one of the most talked about topics in our industry right now. So, before we dive in, I want to share a little bit about what brought us to this topic specifically. Basically, me and my team over the past year, we have been grappling with a question that I'm sure many of you have been asking yourselves. Is AI helping us create more or think less? So, I'll be honest with you, this tension, this uncertainty is exactly what we are here to explore today. And this question does not have one simple answer. The relationship between AI and creativity is very nuanced, is very evolving, and to be honest, it's still being written as we speak. I want to first introduce our team. This is me, Rania Kabel. I'll be the host. We have Jihan Raji. Um, we have Mohamed Amin Jiddari, Mohamed Amin Hassani, and Omar Al Qaisi. But we also have two special people joining us today, our guest speakers, Ayman and Salahuddin, that will be giving us a short talk on how AI has been transforming their field because they are both creative producers and graphic designers at AUI. Moving on to explain our agenda, the topics and the points that we'll be touching on today. We'll start with a brief introduction, then the context and the objectives we're hoping to achieve by the end of our presentation. Then we'll move on to a very interesting part of our presentation, the most interesting, if not. It will be a demo, a case study about human and AI collaboration. And Amin Jdari and Amin Hassani will be delivering a comparative analysis on these two works. Then we will talk with our guest speakers about how AI is transforming their fields and the ethics of using AI in creative production. Then Omar will take us through the takeaways and a brief analysis on the ethical, legal part of the topic, and we'll move on with a Q&A and a conclusion. So let's start with the context. You can see here some pictures. We have to take a moment to consider this. I want to know the audience's gut reaction. What do you feel when you see these pictures of AI generated ads? I want you to keep in mind your reaction as we move on today's presentation, because here's what I have observed. Some teams are using AI to amplify their creativity, to move faster, to test more ideas, and to push boundaries they couldn't really reach before. But other people are letting AI do the thinking for them, if you see what I mean, and the work is starting to feel empty. So today we're going to examine both sides. We're going to celebrate the possibilities, but we'll also confront the pitfalls. We'll look at stunning examples of how AI has enhanced creativity, but we'll also discuss moments where human judgment is irreplaceable. So we have a lot to cover. So let's get started. I'm going to hand things over. Also, yeah, small objectives that we should take into consideration. In this presentation, we're going to understand how AI tools are reshaping creative production. We're going to try to be more aware of the ethical and creative challenges that AI poses in this field, and we'll also take on a look at real-world example of human and AI collaboration. Now, we're going to move on. I'm going to hand things over to Amin Jdari for the case study. I'll leave some time for you to share your screen to deliver our videos.
Can you see my screen?
One moment.
Yeah.
Now we can.
Okay. We will start, inshallah, with the first video. It's with the human made with Mr. Salah for a humanitarian work with Al Akhawan University. So, رانيا سكرين.
صراحة ما نقدروش نوصف لكم هاد اللحظة، الدموع اللي كانوا في وليدات جامعة الحاجة، ولكن الروح الوطنية ويحسوا بالمسكين والدرويش خلاتهم أنهم يبكيوا بلا ما يحسوا. الناس كتقول عاش الملك والملك ديالنا الوحيد والكلمة الوحيدة اللي كانت فيه. على وجه هذوك الناس قررنا نكملو خدمة رغم التعقيدات ورغم العراقيل اللي دارتنا السلطات. دخلنا داكشي اللي قدينا عليه، دخلنا الدواء ديالنا، حطينا الطوابل غير في الوسط ديال السونتر سونتي وبدينا الخدمة وكملنا خدمتنا على أكمل وجه. والخدمة مازال مستمرة. اليوم بدينا بعد نهار ديال الخدمة بدا كيحسب اللي كيبقى غير شي 2 دقايق كيحاول يغمض في عينو ويسترجع الطاقة ديالو باش يرجع من جديد.
Thank you, Mr. Salah, for this piece of art of video. So now we can move for the second video that AI made with the tools that's called Envato. It's very short. So now we can start. Hello everyone, my name is Mohammed Amin Jaddari, and today inshallah we'll talk about the difference between a real humanitarian video and an AI made video. In my presentation I will explain how each video is made, why are different, and why I personally support the real video. So we can start now with the real video. A real humanitarian video is filmed in real life. Everything we see in the video is true. The people are real people who are living through hard situations. The places are real community that need help. In a real humanitarian video, also we can see the real children who need food, water, or shelter, real families who are trying to survive, and real volunteers and works helping on the ground. The emotions in this video that made with Salah are very honest. We can see the sadness, hope, fear, and the courage. These emotions are strong because they are coming from real human experiences. This makes real video very powerful. When people watch a real video, they understand the problem better. They may even feel motivated to help. However, real video take time and effort to make it. People must travel to the location. They need cameras, equipment, and permission to film. Sometimes the area is very dangerous or very, very far away. Even it's difficult, the result of a real video that show the truth. For the AI made humanitarian video, AI made video are created by computers based on prompt that a human that gives. The scenes, people and background are made by artificial intelligence. They are not real people and not real places. AI can create video very fast, but with no emotions. It can also create clean images, bright colors, and smooth movement. The AI video are very cheaper and do not need to travel or equipment. For example, if you want to show what a future of school or a hospital might look like, AI can help with this. But for this type of videos like humanitarian, the AI can do better results. We can work with AI in the field of us, like for example, the Maroc Telecom, the last branding, the whole branding is made with the AI. For the comparison of both video, In reality, the real video show the true emotions and events. For AI video show, computer creates scenes based on just the prompt. For emotions, the real video make us feel more because they show the real people, the real emotions. For the AI video, feel less emotions because nothing is true happening. For the purpose, real video help us understand real needs, and the AI video help us to imagine the idea. Why personally I support the real humanitarian video because it show the truth, it show the real humanitarian story, make people understand the real problems. Everyone we can see the touch of everyone. Also, it help build trust because nothing is fake. It gives the real people of a voice. In conclusion, I can say that both real video and AI made video can be helpful, but for humanitarian work, real video are more powerful and more honest. They show real people, real emotions, and real experience. That is why I stand with the real humanitarian video. It's the best way to show the world what is true happening. And thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Amin, for these insights. I will now call Mohammed Amin Hassani for him to talk more about AI integration in production. Hello, Amin. We can't hear you. Let me.
Okay.
Now we can.
Hi.
Hi.
So my name is Mohammed Amin Hassani. I am a communication major in Al Akhawain, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about uh, AI use in production, um, uh, in many fields. For example, in digital marketing, where uh, AI is used to create beautiful animations and and like very hard motion styled videos, and which which actually works. Um, but that doesn't mean that the videos are actually real. um. Okay.
I think Mohammed Amin Hassani has some internet issues, which is good with this presentation is that we can get back to all of the topics afterwards. So how about we move on? Just for those who just joined the live stream, we made a quick introduction and we gave context and objectives of this presentation. And then Mohammed Amin Jaddari presented to us our case study of human AI collaboration. And this is the human-made video, and this is the AI-generated video. He also gave us a comparative analysis on which Mohammed Amin Hassani based himself on, but I believe he will come back to us and answer your questions. For now, I want to welcome our guest speakers, Salah and Ayman. I don't think we can hear you, Salah. Let me enable your mic.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Hi, Salah. If you can give a quick introduction about yourself and then talk about your experience as a creative producer and your challenges with ethics.
Okay, sure. So, hello, everyone. I'm Salahuddin Azau. I'm a content creator here at Al Akhawain University. And today, in this place, I want to highlight the teaser video for a medical campaign we had last weekend. So I want to share the story that shaped me not only as a content creator but as a person. Recently, I joined this medical campaign as a videographer. I thought that I was simply going there to document an event, but I ended up witnessing moments that stays with me forever. So from the moment we arrived, nothing was easy for us. We were exhausted, and the conditions were far from comfortable. But the challenges disappeared the second we saw the crowd, the people waiting for us, hundreds of people with tired faces, with long lines, and yet so much hope in their eyes. The way they welcomed us, the love, the respect, and the warmth, it was unbelievable. You don't forget something like that. As a content creator, my mission was simple: capture every emotion, every struggle, every smile, and every moment of relief. I wasn't just filming, but I was more translating human stories into visuals. And honestly, that's my strongest point in content creation: transmitting emotions. So making people not just watch a video, but feel it. So during this campaign, I realized that storytelling is more than angles transition. It's about being present, observing, feeling with people, respecting their pain and their dignity, and turning those emotions into something that creates awareness, inspires, and hopefully drives change. So this experience reminded me why I love what I do, that is creating content. And because of that, it's not only about creating something beautiful that AI nowadays can do, but it's about transmitting the emotion. It's about giving people a voice. It's about honoring their stories and showing the world moments that matters and transmitting the feelings and emotions. And that need to be human, not AI. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Salah, for these interesting comments. I will now invite Ayman. Hello, Ayman.
Hello there.
Welcome. And you have the floor to talk about your experience as a creative producer with AI.
Okay, hello there. My name is Ayman. I'm currently the community manager of Al Akhawain University. And beside the content creation part that we do, I also manage or try to manage posting and ads for the university. And basically, the very challenging part is dealing with AI and with ads that are made with AI. Sometimes we also made some ads that are made with AI, but it's very sad that we have to do that because sometimes we need something very fast. And as Amin Zaddari said, AI is very fast. It can be very fast and very effective, but it lacks emotions. Sometimes we don't just need the picture or the video. We need the emotions that grabs the attention of people and also brings people together. So beside the ad parts, because sometimes you can understand if you have an ad and you need to do it and you need to deliver it in a certain time in a certain amount of time, you can sometimes use this AI. But as I said, it degrades the designer, the creative person. It lacks emotions, and also for the videos, it also doesn't really have a lot of emotions. You can't really see or differentiate between what is real, what is wrong. And the sad thing and the scary thing is that AI is getting very advanced nowadays. So sometimes, and they are like really, really working on it to make it very powerful and make the emotions and the face expressions look as real as possible. So now what differentiates AI from the real work, for example, the video that my teammate Salah had made in the humanitarian caravan, is the storytelling. So for example, if you don't really have a story to tell, you can't really have any emotions, because AI is now getting very strong, and it's very scary because sometimes, and most of the time, it can mimic a person and they can recreate the face, the emotions, the face expressions, and also the voice. So it's not only about emotions nowadays, but it's also about the storytelling. If you don't know how to tell a story and to make it touch the heart of people, you can't really defeat AI. And I'm not talking about defeating AI. This was a topic early on when we didn't think, or we didn't thought that AI is going to be this powerful. But as we go on, we see that AI is getting very powerful. People are really spending a lot of money on it. So what I say is not being afraid of AI, but using it in the good way and also having a good story to tell. the stronger the story, the more emotions it has, and the closer to the heart it can be. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aus, for these fascinating observations about your work. We will now move on. All right, I still want to update the people that are still getting into the live stream. We had an introduction, we gave context about our presentation, we presented our case study, our demo video, and then we had Salah and Aus, our guest speakers, deliver their thoughts on AI's impact in their fields. I want now to invite Jihan. Hello, Jihan.
Hello, Rania. How are you?
I'm good. Jihan will talk to you about the role of AI in creative production.
Okay, so I want to first thank both Salah and Amin and Aus, Ayman, for the speaking, both Amins. And I want to start by something that Salah Azzaw just said. He said that making people not just watch a video, but feel it. And I really felt that sentence. So what I want to say and what I want to start with is that AI can, the video, if made by human, can make us feel that feeling that Salah described. But if we use AI, it does not give the same feeling. And we've seen in the video that AI made, there was someone helping something in that situation, which was very sad. But we saw a smirk on the face of someone, and that smirk was not in its place. So if you know what I mean, that does not mean that if AI was mixed with a human-made work, it will not be good. For example, we will not use AI only for a whole video that is made. We can use AI to help the human person make a better video. What do I mean by that is that the first thing that we do, I want to create a video. I need to brainstorm ideas. I can just go on to AI and I ask him, I want to do this, do that. I have an ad, for example, about that. Please give me a script. How would it go? From where should I start? But it won't give you the whole thing. It won't erase the feelings of that video. It will give you a path. It will give you a push ahead that you could start with. Another thing that I want to say is that, yes, AI could also, for example, we've seen a lot of, and I'm sure that Salah and Aus could agree with me, a lot of people could spend a lot of time in editing. For example, if I say those gap fillers should be cut down, there are some AI tools that can do that for you. So it could help humans save less time. For another thing is that it can help the creator get more clients. For example, I'm gonna have a client come up to me. He needs a video to be ready in 4 or 5 days, for example, 7 days. Let's say 7 days. But that 7 days is too much for a video of 12 minutes, 20 minutes. That's too much. If I'm doing the work alone, I can use AI. That AI will help me cut down the time that the video will be made, and I will gain that client to my end. Another thing that AI could help with is that there's a new thing in CapCut, if you know, if you've seen it, is that there is some transition suggestions. For example, I'm gonna have this video here and then this video here. CapCut could suggest a transition between both videos, which is very interesting. And another thing that AI could help with is text generation. For example, I want to do something. I want to write something, but I don't have ideas. I could just put tell the content of the video to AI, and he can suggest me some text to put. Another thing that it's very interesting and it's very helpful is that, have you ever, and I want to include the audience in this, please tell me if you've ever if you've ever started a video and then you've got down, and then at one time there's storage. The storage is full, so now the video is not complete. Have you ever done that? I can see that some of you agree with me, which is what happens to me as well. So there's a feature in Premiere Pro that uses, for example, I'm throwing a ball and then the video cuts down when the ball is here. Well, Premiere Pro could use AI to have that ball go down and continue its path, which is very interesting and very helpful. So now I don't have to have the whole setting, to charge my phone, to delete photos just for the video to be made. So that's why I'm with AI, but if it helps a human create more passion. So now we're not hindering the talents of people. We're not hindering the creativity. We can feel emotions, as Salah said in that first sentence that I just mentioned, but we can also cut down time. And thank you so much for the presentation.
Thank you so much, Jihan. I really enjoyed the way you talk so passionately about AI creative production. We will now move on. I will call Omar to the presentation. All right, Omar, can you talk about the takeaways and analysis, especially the ethical part of our presentation?
Sure thing. Thank you very much for giving me the floor, Rania. So, the takeaway and analysis. So, as the final speaker, I want to take everything we explored today and bring it together into a clear and unified understanding. So, throughout this presentation, we looked at how artificial intelligence uh, um, uh, interacts with creative production from different angles. So, the technical, artistic, ethical, and practical. But when you zoom out and observe the whole picture, the conclusion becomes clearer. AI is transforming creative production at its roots, and it's not just adding new tools. It's changing how ideas begin, how workflows move, how teams collaborate, and how creative value is defined. So the first major takeaway is the importance of understanding AI itself. So this doesn't mean becoming an engineer. It means developing the ability to understand how these systems think. So what they can and what they can do, and how they shape creative choices. So we are entering a period where AI literacy sits next to design literacy, digital literacy, and communication literacy. So, if someone participates in music, film, art, writing, marketing, or content creation, knowing how AI works becomes a practical necessity, not a bonus skill. So, this understanding helps creators maintain control rather than feeling replaced or overwhelmed. And another core takeaway is how AI changes the creative process. So traditionally, creativity often started with a blank page and the slow construction of an idea. And today, the process can just begin with prompts, models, iterations, and generated possibilities. So this does not erase the human role. What it does instead is it reshapes it. So human creativity becomes more about direction, intention, and selection. Instead of asking, "Can I produce this?" Creators now ask, "What do I want this to express, and how can AI help me get there faster or differently?" So that shift opens the door to democratization. So people who once lacked technical skills can suddenly express their ideas visually, musically, or narratively, and small teams can match the outputs of much larger organizations. Independent creators can move at the speed of entire studios. So this redistribution of creative power is one of the most significant impacts of AI. It creates space for new voices and new styles to emerge, but it brings challenges too. With more people producing more content at higher speed, we face an environment overflowing with the creative material. So this oversaturation leads to a new question: what stands out? And the answer increasingly becomes human taste, personality, perspective, and intention. The EU's AI Act is becoming a very central guideline for how creative industries should use AI responsibly, and it sets rules for transparency, data use, and accountability, reminding us that innovation in creative production must evolve alongside clear ethical and legal standards. So now we move into one of the most important aspects of this topic, which is the ethical and the creative challenges. So AI models are trained on massive data sets that include the work of real artists, writers, musicians, and creators, often without their explicit consent. So we face questions such as where does inspiration end and imitation begin? How do we protect how do we protect original creators from being overshadowed by automated reproductions? How do we maintain transparency in a world where AI assistants can be invisible? And how do we ensure that the use of AI remains uh, re- uh, re- fair and responsible? So recognizing these questions is very important, and it doesn't mean rejecting AI, but it means using it consciously. So creators now have a responsibility to be aware of the origins of the tools that they use, the ethics of their data sets, and the impact of their creative decisions. Um, Ethical awareness becomes part of creative professionalism, and this leads to the long-term mindset that we need for the future, which is that AI will keep on evolving, likely faster than any previous creative technology. And what feels cutting edge today will feel basic in a few years. So this is why the most important skill isn't mastering one particular model. It's learning how to think with AI, how to experiment, and how to maintain your own creative identity while using tools that expand your capabilities. So when we put all of these layers together, the technical understanding, the creative shift, the democratization of tools, the main conclusion becomes very clear. Understanding how AI tools are reshaping creative production is something that is very essential for anyone involved in the creative work today. And so the final message that I would like to leave you with is this: AI expands what humans can do, but it does not completely replace what makes human creative. It can generate possibilities, production. It can imitate style, but it cannot imitate purpose. So the future of creative production belongs to those who understand both sides, the power of AI and the irreplaceable value of human imagination, and know how to combine them consciously. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you, Omar. I want to add a point on the takeaways and analysis on the return on investment of AI. So, to measure the return on investment for AI in creative production, it's one of the most critical yet challenging aspects of AI adoption, and it's something every company or organization struggles with initially. The challenge is that creative work does not always fit the traditional ROI metrics, but I'm here to tell you that it is still absolutely can be measured. But today I'll share some hard metrics that actually matter. So there is the cost per creative asset that calculates the total creative production cost, including the salaries, the tools, etc. And there is also the time to market, which is how long does the product take from creative brief to the publishing end output. Also, thirdly, there's something we call resource reallocation value. And this is my favorite metric because it captures the strategic benefit. When AI handles routine tasks, like where do your creative professionals spend that time that they freed up? So we should track those hours reallocated into high value activities like strategy, innovation, very complex problem solving, etc. The fourth and last metric would be error and revision rates. AI can improve consistency and reduce mistakes. So we should track how many assets require work due to errors, brand guideline violations, or missing elements in general. So one global brand reduced design errors by 67% using AI-powered brand compliance checkings. All right. So to wrap up, measuring the AI return on investment in creative production specifically requires a balanced approach that combines hard metrics like cost per asset, time saving with obviously softer but equally important factors like the quality improvements, strategy enablement. So to start with a clear baselines, track both leading and lagging indicators. And we should also remember that the most valuable return on investment comes from doing entirely new things rather than just doing old things faster. Thank you for letting me emphasize on this point. I will now call on Jtari. Hello, Amin. Could you follow up with another point?
Okay, for sure. I want to also talk about the AI in other field, like for advertising. In advertising, companies use AI to make their work easier and faster. Also, AI can create pictures, write short text, design posters, and even make video ads in just few minutes. Instead of team working for many hours, AI can produce many versions very quickly. Also, AI can also test many different styles. It can try different colors, different slogans, and different layout to see which one work best. This help companies save time and money. Also, then the company can show us to the right people at the right time. This make advertising more effective. But there are some problem when the all companies use the same AI tools, because we don't have too much AI tools that we can work. So we have just few tools that we can work with it. With the time, we will see that the output is the same. Like, for example, if I take Dacia or like a Peugeot, if these two companies work with the AI in their advertising, we will see the same advertising, the same content, and the same story of this content of the ads. So the companies not just work with AI, but the human part is very, very important in this field. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amin. We are now coming into the end of our presentation. So what we covered so far was the case study, our demo video of human made a video in comparison with an AI generated one. We had our guest speakers talk about their experience as creative producers, and we discussed the roles of ethics, the role of AI in creative production, and also the ethical and creative challenges the industry is facing right now. So I want to now just give me a minute to pull up the questions. Yes, I can see that it is your turn to ask us some questions. We've shared our perspectives, but we still want to hear from you. So I'm asking you to drop your questions in the YouTube live chat, and we'll do our best to address as many as we can. Whether you're curious about specific tools, some ethical dilemmas you want us to tackle, or some practical implementations that our guests can dig further into, we're here for that. Let me see. I'm trying to get from the beginning of the chat to not miss any important questions. We have a question from Rania, which says, which AI tools would you recommend for different types of creative work? I think Jihan is best fit to answer this. You should, okay.
Thank you, Rania, for the question. So I would suggest if the AI tools depend if you're a beginner or not, and if you could afford to pay or not. For example, if there is some integrated AI in some edited apps, if you're a beginner, I would suggest starting with an editing app like CapCut, since it has some simple features, some simple transitions, simple extractions of audios, and it has some not a huge AI tools there, but a small AI that you can use. However, if you're a bit a junior or something advanced into editing, I would suggest Premiere Pro, and there is a lot of features in AI that would help you. So it's mainly depend on where you are. Are you a beginner? Are you a junior? Or you just want to learn? Or you just want to use AI as its own? So that's the question for this, Rania. Thank you, Rania, for the question.
Thank you, Jihan. There is another question that I think one of our guests could answer if they're still with us, Ayman or Salah. It's a question from Minami4563. I'm sorry for that very bad pronunciation. In what ways has AI transformed traditional creative processes in fields like music, visual arts, and literature? I will get Amin to answer this question for you guys. We cannot hear you, Amin, so if you could unable. All right. I think since Amin has some mic issues, we're going to get Jihan again to answer this question.
Thank you, Anya, and thank you, MNE. So as I said, in what ways has AI transformed traditional creative process? I have a very good example for this in visual art. Do you remember the ad that's Coca-Cola made in the New Year's edition? AI could now be used to create ads from the scratch. You don't have to have a huge crowd, huge people, many people working on the same thing and losing money, paying each one of them. You lose a bit of creativity, yes, but you can have an ad that is made. It also can be used in music. You can just give AI the theme, and he can give you the lyrics. He can even give you the beats. In literature as well, and I can see a lot of AUI students using AI for creativity, for outlines, for papers. Obviously, it should not be the same. It should not they should not solely focus on the AI tool, but also they could use their brain. But yes, AI could be used in the three fields, and it's commonly starting to be used now. Thank you so much.
Jihan. I have a question again from Naimi. Thank you for being so interactive. How do audiences perceive and value art and media that has been created or significantly influenced by AI technology compared to traditional forms? I will ask Ayman, please, to come in and answer this for us. Hello.
So I would say the interaction with audience depends which kind of audience we're talking. So if the audience is some people who already are creating the content, like for example musicians, writers, or singers, they are very offended in a way because they see that they are very replaced. I don't know if you are aware of a trend very common at the moment, but there are a lot of music recreated by AI, 70s style or something like that. They created a lot of music, recreated a lot of trendy music, old music. I think all kind of music are recreated with AI, and there is a part of audience. I think the audience is gonna be separated to two parts. A part where they are scared and offended because they see that they are replaced, and also they see that it's very scary because maybe you can just like mimic your voice, and then they can send a voice message or a video message or a video call to someone else, pretending that it's you. It's gonna be talking ethically and it's gonna be very, very scary, very threatening, very harmful. But in the opposite side, or in the POV of the other half of the audience, they enjoy the music. They see that it's fun, it's something new, and it's something that they didn't hear before. So it's very controversial and it's very debatable, but it's somehow helpful for the producer because they don't really need an artist, a singer, a band. So it's like it's cutting the expenses from like more than a half. So you just need to pay a monthly or yearly subscription to an AI technology and an AI bot, and he can do everything. He can write and he can sing and he can do the music. Yeah, so thank you.
All right, thank you, Aus. Sadly, we don't have time for a big wrap-up and conclusion for everything. So I just want to thank you guys, thank our audience for following up with us and asking so many interesting questions. Sadly, we did not have time to answer all of them. I want to thank our guests and our fellow presenters for their interactiveness and hopefully see you guys soon. I'm gonna get everyone in here to say bye. Everyone available. Bye bye.
Thank you so
Bye-bye,
much.
guys. It was nice to meet you and talking to
Guys.
you.
Bye bye.